Alright, well hello everybody, BugEater64 here, and we're going to do a partial flight today. Something a little bit different. We're going to be flying the Connie, as you can see, but we're going to be primarily just doing a startup of the aircraft, taxi, and then a takeoff. And what the reason for this is I want to test the replay system inside Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We've got the new update, okay? Update 11, the 40th anniversary update for the simulation, and by golly, today we're going to go ahead and get inside and do it. I'll be doing a full flight very soon, but I've got a little bit of work to do because on this flight, which was going to be a full flight, I could not get the client for FSAirlines to connect. It just kept saying the sim had not started. So there's a couple things I got to do to fix that. But that being said, we're going to go ahead, get inside the aircraft, and we'll get going with our little test flight using with the replay system. So let's get inside and now look at it. Alright, now let's look real quick up here, and you can see there's no indicator for the replay. So what we have to do is this, and it's a bit of a nuisance. We have to do it every time we start the sim or start a flight. So let's go to our options. We go to General Options. Then we go down to Experimental. Now you got to make sure your developers is in the on position. Then we go to Experimental, and you can see the replay tool, and we just click, turn it on, then we can apply and save, and then go back and resume our flight. Then once we come back up here, now we have a button for the replay, and this is what it looks like. So once we want to start recording, we just click that and it's recorded. That's what we use to stop it, and that's all there is to it basically. So let's get started with our flight, and then let's get see if we can get this old bird started and take off. See you inside. Alrighty, well, welcome to once again to Dallas-Fort Worth International. We'll get ready here to get started to fly our airplane. Like I said, we're just going to do a startup and takeoff. My next flight with the Connie, after I get everything worked out with FSAirlines, because I've got to get this bird home, make some money with it, is we're going to do a full flight, but I'm going to not use this checklist assistance. So, but today we're going to go ahead and use our fellow assistants. Just double checking here. Everything is good with the airplane. We're going to get rid of the wingtip tanks because I really don't like them. Okay, so basically doing that gives us about half fuel, which with the range of about 4,000 miles with full load, is pretty good. more than enough of what we're going to do today. Because originally I was going to do a full flight. This was going to be an FSAirlines flight. But then we ran into issues. So let's go ahead and start the checklist.
Before starting engines. Remove before flight.
Checked.
Battery.
On.
Dome light.
On and white.
Nav lights.
On.
Radio and instrument switches.
On.
COM1 and COM2 panels.
On. And OK.
Ground power.
Connected.
All services.
Checked. Removed.
Ground power.
On.
It's on now.
Parking brake. Check and set. Aileron and rudder boosters. On. Elevator booster. On. Ordnance lights. On.
Okay. So our seatbelt, no smoking signs are
Cabin
lit.
lights. On. Stairs. On. Main door.
Open.
Dump valves.
Yeah, we're getting prepared here for boarding. Even
Fuel
have
tank
our
selectors.
One,
stewardess
two,
standing
three,
in the
four,
doorway to welcome all our happy
Coal
guests.
flaps.
1, 2, 3, 4. Open.
Carburetor air.
1, 2, 3, 4. Set to cold.
Oil cooler flaps.
1, 2, 3, 4. Open.
Cross weight and center of gravity.
Weights and balances checked and confirmed.
Prepare for boarding.
Yeah. So the passengers will start getting on board. Check our fuel here. We're right at this point. We're carrying 23,648 pounds. So, end boarding.
End of boarding. Resume before startup checklist.
Fire warning system. 1.
And we did equip her with the GTN 750, so we're going to go ahead and look. Our flight plan is in. We're going to direct VFR flight to Atlanta.
Close all doors.
Checked.
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 Stairs.
Checked. Removed.
Chokes. Check. Checklist before starting engines complete.
So we'll go ahead and start the engines.
Checklist starting engines. Position lights.
On.
Starter engine 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ignition engine 3. Hydraulic 2 to hydraulic 1 crossfit.
Checked and OK.
Generator 3.
On.
Alright.
Starter engine 4.
We're going to speed things up a little
3,
bit here. And
4, 5, 6.
through the magic of editing,
Starter engine 1.
we're now starting engine number 1, the
One,
last of the 4 engines to start.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Ignition engine 1. Generator 1.
On.
Checklist starting engines completed.
Okay, so we got 4 good engines. Everything's looking good here. We're just about ready to get things going. Okay, we have it. That should be lit up during warm-up, so something is not quite right. So we'll have to take a look and see what's going on here. Yeah, that should be highlighted just like it says no management for power, and I can see our problem. We don't have any running engines. So let's double check, find out why that may be. And I'm thinking it's because my HOTAS, I don't have anything pushed forward. So we're going to have to manually start these engines. So we're going to do a real quick abbreviated version of that. Okay, let's see, mixtures to full rich. Everything's correct there. Everything's already turned on because we went through the process. So let's go ahead and see if we can just start it here. Go to the engine 3, hit the start button.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
and engine
6.
3 appears to be starting. Magnetos are already to both. Okay, we've got a good engine 3 start. This is doing it the down quick and dirty way. Propeller RPMs to full. We got the throttle cracked and mixtures
1,
to full rich.
2, 3,
So now engine
4,
4, let's get
5,
that thing going.
6.
And if you look through the door, you can see the blades starting to turn. Okay, that's a good sign. Plus on our engineer panel here, we can see that those engines are running. So now let's go ahead with engine 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And engine 2 has fired up. Let's go ahead and take the battery. There we go. Alright, so let's get engine number 1 going.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So apparently when you're using the assistance checklist, it'll go through the process even if my HOTAS for my engines and stuff isn't set up properly.
Checklist during warm-up.
So
Pitot covers and gear pins.
All on board.
Ground power.
Off.
Battery and generators.
Okay, so let's go ahead and set up our pushback.
Checked.
Engine instruments.
Checked.
Autopilot gyro.
Caged and released.
Radios. Set. Checklist warm-up completed.
Okay, so request the pushback. And it's just a little bit noisy out here. Those big, powerful four radial engines humming along at about between 1,000 and 1,500 RPM. Okay. And it's a beautiful day in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, the pushback is just about complete. And parking brake is on, so they can disconnect and pull away.
Checklist taxiing. Taxi lights.
On and extended.
Okay, now we'll go to the
Clock
replay.
and altimeters.
So click on that.
Set.
And set.
That shows it here. I'll be moving it out of the
Brake
screen,
selector lever.
but it is now
Set.
recording.
All turn indicators.
Checked.
Checked. Proper
Reverse.
reversing.
Checked.
Checklist taxiing completed.
Alright, so we're just about ready to move here. And our takeoff will be runway 18 left.
Ground Air Americano X Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 with whiskey request taxi for takeoff east departure.
Air Americano X Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 taxi to then hold short of runway 18 left via taxiway Whiskey Kilo Cross runway 18 right Whiskey Kilo Cross runway tree 6 right Foxtrot 1 Foxtrot Whiskey Foxtrot. Contact tower on 126.55 when ready.
Taxiing hold. hold short runway 18 left via taxiway Whiskey Kilo cross runway 18 right Whiskey Kilo cross runway 36 right Foxtrot 1 Foxtrot Whiskey Foxtrot Air America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Alright, and you may have noticed, if you've flown in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, that the voices for my co-pilot, who takes care of my ATC communications, and the ground and tower personnel in the AI, the voices have changed. So that was kind of a nice new touch. So we're gonna head down here to runway 18 left, which is to our left, and this is a bit of a long taxi, so we're gonna speed it up a bit here. We don't want the video to be too long. So let's get down here.
Completed.
Door and windows.
Closed.
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 Trim tabs.
Checked.
Flaps 60%. Wing flaps test. Checked. Auxiliary control boosters. On. Auto feather.
Armed for takeoff.
Flaps 60% set. Landing lights.
Okay. So we're gonna get ready to
Mixtures.
Auto rich.
stop the recording and restarted the recording for the section just
Richer
for the
air.
takeoff.
Cold.
And so that's been started.
Air conditioning.
Panel set.
Fuel pumps.
Because we
1, 2, 3,
recorded
4,
the taxi,
5.
and then we were
Oil cooler flaps.
Set.
recording the takeoff. And you can see by the
Checklist
highlighted
before
button
takeoff
that the
completed.
recorder is operating right now. All systems look good this time. One of the nice things is the GTN 750 integration is very nice, and it will, and here you can see, interrupted myself, this is part of the replay. So you can see it turned out very, very nice, no issues there. But as I was saying with the GTN 750, the aircraft, once you've got the autopilot on and you put the it fully operational, it will fly the GPS flight plan. So that's very nice. Okay, so as you can see, the replay is down in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. And we get ready to go. Go
Checklist
for max.
takeoff clearance. Call flaps.
Set to 30%.
Controls.
Free. No-go speed is 113 knots.
So we're
Runway is dry.
Checklist takeoff completed.
okay. We should be ready to go then.
Flaps 60% set.
Max power.
Roger. Max power.
Yeah, looked like one of the engines was lagging a little bit, but everything looks good now.
Power set.
And brakes released. We're moving along. Now I actually copied the replay a couple times so that I could actually show two different angles with the aircraft during the same moment of flight. And there it is in the lower right hand corner. So like I said, the replay
No-go
system
speed.
Rotation.
does have a bit of a learning curve, not much, but it is very easy to use, and it does what I need it to do. So gear coming up.
Air America Exex Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, continue for east departure.
DFW Tower Air Americajo Exex Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, continue for east departure.
Power.
Roger. METO power.
Roger. Flaps up.
Okay.
Power set.
And then not far off, I don't know if we hit just some clear air turbulence or some
Flaps up.
possible wind shear, but you can see she gets bounced around quite a bit. So I had my hands full for a minute.
Air America Exex Alpha Alpha
Roger.
Delta
Roger.
X-ray 010, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
DFW Tower Air Americajo Exex Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, frequency change. Regional approach Air Americajo Exex Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 is type 5 miles south of DFW 2,500 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Air Americajo Exex Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, regional approach. Squawk 5077.
Squawk 5077 Air Americajo Exex Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Air Americajo Exex Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, radar contact 6 miles south of DFW 2,700 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace. Air Americajo execs Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Air Americajo execs Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010. Contact regional approach on 124 decimal tree. Good day.
Going to 124 decimal tree. Air Americajo execs Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010. Regional approach. Air Americajo execs Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 3,600 feet.
Air Americajo execs Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010. Regional approach. Altimeter 29 decimal 9 continue as planned.
Okay, so aircraft set up with climb power. We're moving right along here. So we'll go ahead and get the autopilot started. It's supposed to wait about 2 minutes, but
Autopilot is engaged.
okay. And our altitude control. So at this point, and turn that, at this point that turns on and she will fly the purple. That's the radio's position. Okay, so there you have, there's the GTN 750, and we're slowly moving back towards our flight plan, and then we'll turn to the east. Alrighty, well, like I said, it was not a full flight, but even with our few issues we had in getting the airplane started, the replay system worked just fine. So those of you that don't want to get a third party that maybe has more bells and whistles on it or to do other things, you can. But the replay system inside Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 appears to be working just fine. It's got a little bit of a learning curve, and in which I've still got to learn some things about it on how best to redo the replay. You do have to, if you want to use the replay to make videos, I would recommend that you maintain inside the sim in order to make a copy of the replay into your OBS, or if you use that, the OBS Studio, or whatever video or streaming system you use. So with that, I sure hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun bringing it to you. It was a good learning opportunity for me, because this was the first time I'd ever tried to use that replay system for a flight. I did have some technical issues that had nothing to do with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Was a new update. Also had a Windows update, so that means I had to fix a bunch of different stuff. With that being said, I had a lot of fun with it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's helpful to you. So until next time, this is Bug Eater 64, and as always, please remember, safe flying.